Hi, I'm Megara, or welcome if you're new here. It's Foundation Friday, and I thought I would test out something I bought yesterday. In the absolute pouring rain, the box got a little bit damp, so I chucked it in the bin. Well, I chucked it in the recycling, but today I have got the Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation by MAC. It was shade matched to my forehead, to my other foundation that I was wearing at the time. I have it in NC15, and honestly, I'm just going to start shoving this on my face because I don't want to lose daylight and I have another video to film after this. So, let's get started. Now, first things first, I'm going to put a primer on. And I'm going to be using a combination of the XX Revolution Cloud Complexion Primer because my face is having a wonderful hissy fit at the moment around my cheeks. It's being texture central, and I would go and get a facial, but we're back into lockdown by the time this video goes up. So yeah, it's a bit of fun. Just coat this on my face, huge. And I'm going to use a bit of the Revolution Superfruit Extract thing. This is more hydrating. That one, the other one, the Cloud Complexion stuff, isn't the most hydrating thing in the world. This stuff is so hydrating. I use this as a moisturiser on its own sometimes, so yeah. And rub this in. It's not going as ham with it as I would necessarily if it was just a moisturiser I was using, because I have got a moisturiser on underneath, but I'll put this on my face now. So I'm going to go on with this. I did get shade matched in store. Thank you to the lovely woman who helped. So I've got the seal off. It's got it is a little squeezy tube. So I'm going to use my mirror over here. That much for now. I'm going to add some more in a minute. I'm going to get my mirror out. This is meant to be medium to full coverage. It's meant to be waterproof. So I'm assuming it's meant to be a bit more life-proof than some other foundations. It's a satin matte finish, I believe. So it's not quite matte, but it's matte-ish, which I find a lot of foundations are nowadays, especially high coverage ones. That has blended in really nicely. Like some foundations, like the Huda one I tried last week, you really have to work with, but this has just blended almost seamlessly. Like that, such a nice shade match to me. Because the woman who was doing it all for me was a very similar shade to me, so she knew what I was doing. And said, I definitely have golden undertones. That is really nice. Like, I honestly haven't tried this at all before, apart from a little swatch on my forehead yesterday because I was wearing a mask. And I am going to add a tiny little bit more just to see what it's like on the cheeks. Also, if you're new here, I do have a mirror there. It is my wardrobe mirror, but I find it easier to look that way because that's where the window is. So, blendy, blendy, blend. Okay, I do also have a spot on my chin, which you may have spotted earlier. But that is probably a good test for dry skin. Also, as I'm putting this on, it is nearly 3 o'clock. Which means I've got about 2 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours of daylight left. But I will be wearing this all week to work, and I have to wear a face mask at work when I leave my desk or if I'm dealing with customers. First of all, I can see you can still a bit of a spot coming up there. But this really does blend skin really well. Like, recently I found quite a lot of full coverage foundations just kind of sit on my skin, but this one really doesn't. So I'm going to add some Shape Tape and I'm going to powder down and finish off the rest of my makeup. This is what my skin is looking like right off the bat. It's been on for about 10 minutes. I haven't put setting spray or anything on it. So yeah, I've got a lot of highlighter on, the usual. It's looking pretty good. I mean, I'm going to get my little mirror out just to make sure. It's not, apart from it there have been a few spots around here coming up, but it's definitely not sitting on the skin. It looks definitely a lot more blended in than a few foundations I've worn recently. It has sunk into up here a little bit already, but like around up my forehead, but every foundation I've ever worn does that. So I'm going to keep this on for at least 6 hours, honestly, because it's 3:30 now. I've had it on since about 2:30. And I'll see how the day goes. I've got another video to film, got some food to eat, got to sort out a few bits over in the background, and I'll see you later. It's 10:20. I have not done much today. As you can tell, my hair is now dry. Sorry for being wet in the last video, in the last clip even. But where am I at with this makeup? So let's get up close and personal with my face. So as you can see, the spots are still there, but they're not peeking through. Not much has come off. Yeah, it still looks pretty solid. It has been a bit itchy around this dry patch where I've had a spot recently, but that's nothing new. Yeah, it's done pretty well. I mean, it even survived Ross rubbing his his stubble against my cheek, but that is just normal. I'm actually pretty impressed with this. But tomorrow it all begins, because tomorrow I'm at work. It is going to be manic because yesterday it was announced we're going back into lockdown, so you can tell where I am in the week-ish. But I'll keep you updated. Yeah, so this is me and my fluffy hair, and I'm about to take this off. Happy Monday. We're not quite in lockdown yet, but we're getting there. Yeah, this is what my face is looking like today. Looking alright, I think. I'm a bit purple, but this is me we're talking about. So I'm going to update you later, because I'm currently walking to work. The usual. Okay, so credit where credit's due. I've worn a face mask for 7 hours out of a 9-hour day, and this has barely come off. Like, I've still got it on my nose, which is quite impressive. There is maybe a slight line on one of my cheeks that Ross noticed, but that's about it. It's barely sunk into my forehead. Like, I've still got a spot there and a couple down here coming up, but this has lasted pretty damn well. So I'm going to take this off because it's currently 7 o'clock, so I've had it on 11 hours. I'll have it on longer later in the week, but I'm working with customers. I've been doing stuff all day, and I want a face mask for all of it, and I've still got makeup on my face, which I'm just impressed by. Most days I come home with it off my nose and off my chin. I come off a little bit here and there, but I'm super impressed by that. It's another windy day in Brighton on this lovely Tuesday morning. I am very colourful. It's the first day of the new year, so I'm not as scared. So, screen's looking pretty good, and I'll update you later. I hope everything goes to plan. It is like 7:30, 20 past 7, something past 7. It's been on like 11 hours, 12 hours. And I've got really itchy eyes. I didn't sleep particularly well last night, so I just want to take my contacts out. But considering I've had another day where I basically worn my face mask the majority of the day, and the amount of product on the inside of my face mask, this ain't looking half bad. It's not really coming from my nose. It's coming from my nostril, because I did blow my nose, because there's only so much my nose can take with being contained within a mask. But again, there's basically no mark. I mean, there's a bit of a thing around here, but that is primarily my headphones that I wear the other part of the day. I walk into work, from work, lunch, those kind of things. But face mask wise, talking all day, it's looking pretty good. So I'm going to take this off. I need to take my contacts out, honestly, and I will see you in the next few days, probably. It's the last day before lockdown, and face is looking pretty good. I'll update you later, because honestly there's not much to tell you this morning. I just am tired. Is this a new filming spot? This could be a new filming spot for like updates and shit. So, how is my face looking? Ross pointed out it's come off my nose a little bit, but I've had this on 12 hours, give or take, 11 hours, and it's looking pretty good. I've had a new spot appear over here, but that could be mask acne. My lipstick's come off, but that's kind of a given. Again, it's surviving my forehead pretty well. It's not looking too bad. Like, it actually looks like my skin, because a lot of foundations I've tried, they just kind of sit on my skin. I never really thought about it until I tried this, and it actually blends with my skin, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I'm going to take this off, because I kind of want to laze around. Either one of the next couple of days I'm not going to wear makeup, so shit happens. I need to give my eyes a break, basically. And yeah, so I'm gonna go take this off. I'm gonna go in a nice onesie. And yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy my evening because I'm allowed to, because I'm an adult. Who am I kidding? I'm not an adult. I am a responsible kid. If I could spend all my money on sweets, I would. It's Friday. We're in lockdown, but still gotta go to work because, you know, pharmacy life. I know she's looking alright. I got my fake eyelashes on. And I'm gonna keep going because, well, it's Friday. Full glam, pyjamas, hair in a bun. Messy bun at that, but it's Friday. And I got Ross to judge my foundation when I got home from work-ish, after lying on bed for like an hour. But he noticed, because I was working upstairs, so I didn't have to wear my face mask all day, just had to wear it whenever I left my desk, that my makeup hasn't shifted at all. Now, normally it comes off like my nose and my chin, like it's come off a little bit my chin, but no more, but a lot less extreme than a lot of things. Like it hasn't even shifted off my nose. I mean, my eyelashes had to be re-glued down earlier, but that was my own silly fault for not putting enough glue down in the first place. Yeah, I go extra one day a week, and today just happened to be that day of the week. But I am actually really impressed by this, so let's get you nice enough and go personal with this. So it hasn't even really sunk into, hasn't really sunk into like smile lines, anything like that. Forehead, no more than usual, but that is a lot less than some foundations have sunk in. I mean, still got my chicken pox mark on my forehead that I was so embarrassed about as a kid, and I don't really know why anymore. Yeah, I got a bit of lash glue there when I had to re-glue myself, but let's just ignore that. Yeah, this has actually lasted so long. I'm actually so impressed with this foundation. I picked this up on a kind of a whim, like I wanted a new one, and I liked MAC the last time I tried it, but this is just, it is 30 quid, but 30 quid, and it doesn't shift on my face. I don't have to use that much. It doesn't look cakey on my skin. It looks like my skin, but better. Yeah, I really like this foundation, but it's time to come off. I mean, it does cling to my spot bit, but the spots on my chin are from mask acne, so just gonna ignore that. So I'm gonna take this off, and I'll give you my thoughts and what I think of it later. And can we just appreciate the highlight on my nose, because that is glowy AF. So all in all, what did I think of this MAC foundation? This stuff is a bloody trooper. Like 8 hours in my mask at work, customer facing, with it all the way around here and all that shit. This stuff barely budged. Like, there's not many, I think pretty much every foundation I've worn has rubbed off within a few hours of me wearing a mask. That's with me in a different department. This, full face of makeup, mask on, didn't budge. It moved a little bit, but there was still coverage on like my nose and my chin. Most are on, and I think that's absolutely amazing. So if you are looking for a foundation that doesn't move when you're wearing a mask, this shit is pretty good. I know it's expensive, but this stuff lasts. And I'm really impressed with that. I mean, it is only 25ml for 30 quid, so it's over £1 a mil. But it lasts. It actually lasts, which is so rare in a foundation. So I'm gonna leave this here. So if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't yet subscribed, and I'll see you on Tuesday for another lovely video. Bye.